Good morning, GPA. I'm Grace, and welcome to the very first morning announcement of this semester. A big welcome to all our new students joining us this year. For those who are new to GPA, let me quickly introduce what the morning announcement is all about. Every Monday, Moy Studio brings the important schedules, events, and updates for the week to make sure you're always in the know. This semester, we're adding something new and exciting. We're collaborating with students from the history classes to bring you a podcast called This Week in History. After each announcement, you'll get to hear about significant historical events that happened during this week in history. Our students have worked hard to prepare these podcasts. And today, we're kicking off with Jin and Minho, who will be talking about the tragic events of 9/11 as this Wednesday marks the anniversary. But before we get to that, we have an important schedule reminder. After this week, we'll be heading into chuseok holidays. That means from Saturday, September 14th, to Wednesday, September 18th, you'll have a well-deserved break. Don't forget, classes resume on Thursday, September 19th, so make sure to come back refreshed and ready. Alright, that's it for the announcements. Now, let's move on to This Week in History with Jin and Minho.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of This Week in History. I'm Jin Lee.
And I'm Minu. Today we are talking about one of the most tragic events in US history, the 9/11 attacks. Jin and I will explain it back and forth. Jin, have you ever heard about the 9/11 terror?
Yes, it is one of the biggest terror in America. Let's get to the point. We prepared a topic because the 9/11 attack will mark its 22nd anniversary this Wednesday.
Right. On September 11, 2001, four planes were hijacked by terrorists and used to target central areas in the United States.
The first attack happened at 8:46 a.m. Eastern Time when American Airlines Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York. The impact was devastating, leaving the building on fire and trapping people on the upper floors.
Just 17 minutes later at 9:03 a.m., United Airlines Flight 175 hit the South Tower. The second crash was caught on live television, shocking people around the world. Both towers, each one 10 stories tall, were soon captured in flames, and within 2 hours, both collapsed, sending massive clouds of dust and debris through the city.
While these attacks were unfolding in New York, a third plane, American Airlines Flight 77, struck the Pentagon at 9:37 a.m. The Pentagon, located just outside Washington, D.C., is the headquarters of the U.S. military, and the attack destroyed its western side.
The fourth plane, United Airlines Flight 93, had a different result. At 10:03 a.m., it crashed into a field in Pennsylvania. The passengers had learned about the earlier attacks and bravely fought the hijackers. Each believed they prevented the plane from reaching its intended target, which may have been the Capitol building in Washington, D.C.
In total, about 3,000 innocent people lost their lives that day, with thousands more injured or affected by the toxic debris. The attack triggered a massive response from the US government. Less than a month later, President George Bush launched an invasion of Afghanistan to dismantle the Al Qaeda network, which had planned the attacks under the leadership of Osama bin Laden.
The US military continued to fight in Afghanistan for nearly 20 years, with bin Laden finally being killed by US forces in Pakistan in 2011. However, the legacy of 9/11 continues, with ongoing concerns about the terrorism and the impact of those tragic events still felt today.
It's a day that changed the world forever and reminds us of the importance of resilience, unity, and remembering those we lost. So I hope we can take some time this Wednesday to remember and honor those who have passed away. Thank you for joining us on this episode of This Week in History.